the big networks, the big, podcasters and talking heads like Chris Sims and on and on and on, Mike Florio, they don't have a lot to talk about right now. So here, let's just tear down the Raiders and Christian Wilkins' contract. These same dudes before, and if you go back and look at their videos when they're talking about Christian Wilkins before the free agency.
Free agent, right.
He's top 3 defensive tackle on every one of their boards. They're hyping him up. Any team that gets him is going to have a massive upgrade. Blah, 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 blah. And then you see how quickly they change their tune. Off-season, vacation time, nothing else to talk about. Let's make a controversy about the Raiders because we got nothing better to do with our lives. My thing would be Mike Florio, Chris Sims, ESPN, Bleacher Report, all of you guys, go take vacation, man.
Oh, man, you know what? No, actually don't. You guys make my job easy. Thank you for giving me content.
That's true too, because
they're always going to talk about us, right, and give us something to do. So yeah, thank you. I mean, I don't think they're not doing stories about the Browns. So yeah, but yeah, I think we're going to get this sort of hate. It is what it is. But I'm more interested in the fact that we have a solid team all around. I mean, look, we were the top 15 offensive line last year, like objectively, and then we got better. I mean, like, what are we talking about here? We're talking about whether a quarterback who looked promising at the end of the year is going to develop or not. That's par for the course in NFL, right? I mean, that's what most teams are trying to do that, right?
And the first thing that everybody wants to talk about is the struggles of the offense, as though all the offenses in the NFL aren't struggling in OTAs and minicamp, because especially when you have a new offensive coordinator and a new offensive scheme, that's really when the defense is going to feast. They have an advantage in OTAs and they have an advantage in the minicamp over the established quarterbacks, even like Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. You would hear about in OTAs and minicamps of them getting picked off and offense not clicking right yet, everything else. The difference really comes in because even if you have the same coordinator year over year, they still make changes. You have to make changes to your playbook. Otherwise, you're going to lose every single game because every defensive coordinator is going to be like, yeah, I know that play. I know that play. I know that play.
Right.
And so they change verbiage. They change audibles. They change plays. So even if you have the same coordinator, quarterbacks have to learn new verbiage, new audibles, new plays, and so does the rest of the team. And so they all struggle to a point at the beginning of the offseason. Where they start to gel is in actual camp, because the smart offensive players, quarterbacks, receivers, linemen, etc., they're taking that 6-week break and they're studying the new playbook as they're enjoying time with their family and whatnot. But they're taking time out of their day every day. And for all of the hate that is going against Aidan O'Connell, remember, this dude mastered the most complicated verbiage playbook of any offensive scheme in the NFL.
Absolutely.
And I believe he made it even more complicated when he came to the Raider because he had the little man syndrome and he wanted everybody to see how smart he was. Aidan O'Connell was able to master that as a third stringer. Hop in there, and you didn't see him confused. Now he
commanded the huddle.
Yeah, he was able to command the huddle. He knew every single play. He knew where the ball needed to go. He struggled a little bit his first few games, like any rookie would. But the fact that he was able to memorize that playbook gives me so much confidence moving forward that when he gets to regular training camp, Aidan O'Connell's going to have Luke Getsy's offense down pat. And here's a lot of things I've seen in the comment sections is Luke Getsy was a failure in Chicago. What makes you think he'll be successful in the Raiders? Night and day difference in the quarterback. That's the difference. You have a dude who went to Purdue who is like a 4.0 student, a guy who is extremely cerebral and smart and hardworking, who doesn't have all the physical talents to just fall on. So he has to rely on his intelligence. Luke Getsy hasn't had a quarterback like that. He's never had a quarterback like that since Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. And remember, when he was the play coordinator, that was Green Bay's that was their best year under Aaron Rodgers ever.
Exactly, ever. Yeah, I wanted to make that point, is that they were top 10, I think, in like rushing and passing that year. Low turnovers. That was Aaron Rodgers' best year, so he was really successful in Green Bay. What makes you think he won't do that again, right? So yeah, I think you have to judge the circumstances based on what they were. I mean, go back and look at the Chicago, Bears roster. Look at the progression of what happened with Justin Fields. From year one, coaches, coordinators, and all that good stuff. It's a story. It's not just one piece that you look at, right? And then I did a breakdown on Getsy's offense. You guys can go take a look at, which will literally show you the kind of play types we're going to be running and all that stuff. We are perfectly situated to execute that and make plays that way. So yeah. So I think that's going to be one of the major storylines, is that, I think the whole idea that we're not ready to move forward and push for a playoff run is overplayed by the media. And everybody get one of those Mad Max shirts and posters. I got mine sent in, and it's dope as hell. Fit, comfort. Dry fit down here in Vegas is a must because, it's a little hot. So the poster will be going up in the background here pretty soon here.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, where's the poster?
Yeah.
You got to get
it's been busy. Like I had a birthday, some stuff, you know what I mean? Things been going down. So, but yeah, I'll have some time to get that set up. But yeah, it's going up. The Mad Max poster, which is dope. It's actually bigger than I thought it was. So that's pretty tight.
Yeah. It is full-size poster. So if you guys want to go and get those, everything is on sale right now. The T-shirts, we had the Father's Day sale that you could have got them for $9.99, which is below what it even cost me to have them made. And so a few people did take advantage of the Father's Day sale. The price has gone back up, but it is still on sale. We have extended the sale. It is 64% off right now at only $14.95, I believe. So go and get your T-shirts. We have large and extra large. And I've gotten a lot of questions about that with the T-shirt first and foremost. I'm 220 pounds, guys. This is a large. And you see it fits me nice and loose. It's not too tight. It's not too small. I also had the manufacturer make them a little bit longer because I cannot stand belly shirts. And so these are, if you leave them untucked, they're going to come down past your waistline. So they're really, really nice. And the other thing, too, is this is my actual brand. This is our company, Black Rain Official, that produces these. So these are actually manufactured for our company. These are not some cheap print-on-demand garbage that you see on other channels that are like $39. And the reason why they're selling cotton T-shirts with like 4 letters printed across them for $39 is because they're only making like $2 off of those print on demand, because the print on demand companies are charging like $36 to send them out. We actually have these in stock. We ordered hundreds of them, so we have them in stock. You typically get them within 7 days. $14.95. Go get your shirts, large and extra large. If you are like a normal shirt, if you're like a 2X or a 3X, an extra large should fit you. And if you're normal extra large, I'd recommend getting the large. I sent one to my youngest son, and he's tall, but he's kind of skinny. He's got broad shoulders, but he's kind of skinny. And he was like, "Dad, I can't wear it. It's too loose. It's too big." So I guess I got to have some smaller ones made. But as soon as we get more sales of these, we are going to have another batch made, and then we'll include mediums as well. But there's the poster. You can get that. It's on sale right now. You can get the T-shirts. All that money we're just dumping right back into making this podcast even better. Yeah.